This is not a Bruce Lee film. This is something inspired by his writings. Today we'll be talking about Warrior, a 2019 Cinemax Television Series. It was inspired by Bruce Lee's writings and created by Jonathan Tropper. Jonathan Tropper has created a number of wonderful television series in the past, like Apple TV's C, HBO's Vinyl, and another one of Cinemax called Banshee, which is another gem which I will showcase in another episode. So Warrior is all about the story, and that story is brought alive by the cast, and hence I definitely need to mention the cast members. It stars Andrew Koji, Olivia Cheng, Diane Doan, Jason Tobin, Kieran, Hoon Lee, Dean Jagger, Joe Taslim, Langley Kirkwood, and Tom-Weston Jones. So Warrior is about the Tong Wars which took place in the late 1800s. Our protagonist, Asan, who comes in from China to San Francisco and being a martial arts prodigy, becomes a hatchetman for one of the most powerful Tongs in Chinatown. Now, around this time, a lot of Irish immigrants were coming into the country too, and that fueled a war for space and for jobs. The Chinese were willing to take on jobs for a much more lower wage as compared to that of the Irish. And to be honest, more than a century later, we still have that problem.
You think you can take me on?
That's the wrong question.
Oh, yeah? What's the right one?
Do you really want to find out?
There are 25,000 Chinese living in this city, and more coming every day.
You do what you have to survive. There's about 100 different ways it can bury you.
Someone has to start fighting back.
What do you want from me?
Loyalty. This city's in a powder keg. We're gonna take back our city! They want a war. Let's give them one.
Okay. Let's go. You had that the whole time?
War's good for business. So, how are you finding America so far?
So why is Warrior a stream gem? To be honest, it's a bit of everything. You've got an amazing story woven around two cultures, or rather the clash of two cultures in a time zone where law and order is highly suspect. You have amazing production design where they transport you into that century that is aided by beautiful costume design which clearly demarcate the Chinese and the Irish. That's aided by amazing acting. And obviously, last but not least, is the stunt choreography. It is done to perfection. Even the title sequence of this television series is a work of art. The pace of Warrior, I would say, is perfect. Each episode ends at a point wanting you to watch the next. It's that perfect binge-worthy television series title to have on your list. Now, when it comes to performances, I believe this is the definition of a perfect ensemble cast. But there are a few breakout performances. For instance, Olivia Cheng and Diane Doan, absolute badasses. I do hope to see Olivia Cheng a lot more in season 2. Andrew Koji plays an amazing protagonist, and it kind of reminds you of Bruce Lee because it felt like, at least to me, it felt like the part was made for a Bruce Lee, and he does a good job at it. But Tobin, absolutely spectacular. His performance will be etched in your memory. So when it comes to marketing, I believe it was fairly weak in this region. A lot of my friends who love martial arts and action-oriented content had not even heard of this title. The posters were fairly exciting, but I don't believe it had any known faces in it, and that was the downside of the marketing. The trailers and the other promotional video content which they put out there was very click-worthy. I hope they do a better job at season 2. As I said before, this is the ultimate binge-worthy title to have on your list. But this is an adult viewing experience. It has a lot of nudity, it has a fair bit of profanity, and it has a lot of blood and gore. So, not for the faint-hearted, but definitely for the action lovers and the martial art lovers out there. So if you like martial arts content like Into the Badlands, however dystopian it was, or if you like drama thrillers which are period based like Peaky Blinders, in fact if you put both of them together, you end up getting Warrior. I can safely say this is one of the slickest martial arts series I have seen in a while. And I'm sure you would too when you watch it here in India on Disney Plus Hotstar. I suggest you binge watch season 1 so that you will be in tune with season 2 as it unfolds week on week. So grab yourself a popcorn, get comfortable on your couches, and enjoy this stream gem. Stay safe and stay entertained.